Hi, folks. In this section, we're going to talk about the lesson planner. So, if you haven't yet set up your account and created your schedule for all of your classes, then go back to the previous video, up one from here, and watch that one and get yourself all set up for your account. Once your account is set up, right now we're going to go into using the lesson planner. So, the lesson planner can be found right here. You can launch it from this P plan board, or if you want to jump into a specific view straight away, you can come to plan board and go to today, the week, or the month. I'm going to jump into the week. All right. So you'll see I have all my classes for the week. I'm going to go to an empty week here so we can look at it all blank and ready to get filled in with lessons. So first of all, around the edge, you'll see right here to adjust which week you're looking at for planning. You have a share feature here, which we'll talk about later. You can jump between your different views of day, week, month, and unit right here. Each of these cards is just a shortened view of your lesson plan for that class that day. You'll see I have 2 classes a day here scheduled just as a sample. The other thing you'll notice is you'll see the unit number. Now that automatically adjusts itself based on the pacing calendar, but it is adjustable if you need more time or less time on a unit. It's just based on the suggested pacing calendar from the curriculum map we attached in the previous step. So I'm going to jump into this Monday morning lesson in my sample algebra class here and click on Add Content. When that opens, we'll see the title of the class, when it's going to be. Now that unit button we talked about a second ago, if I need to change it because I'm ready for the next unit, or I'm still in this unit but it advanced on me, you can select your unit here now. If it's still all good, I'll leave it there. Next box open is for lesson title. Now it's going to catalog all the lessons you create. So a nice clear title for later reference will be critical for either sharing lessons with your colleagues or for you going back to a lesson to reuse, say, next year. So it's highly encouraged to do something along the lines of a numbering or ordering system, maybe hashtag 101 as the first lesson of the first unit, say, and then a nice clear title that really identifies what's going to happen in this lesson. This way, when you come back to them or when you want to share them, it's clear what it is. All right, so next up, import. So as we were just talking about sharing lessons with your colleagues or your department, you can import those lessons into your planner. So if a colleague passes you a lesson and you like it, you want to bring it into your planner for the day, maybe give it a little tweak for your kids, this is where you go. You click import and put that lesson in for your day. The next button is share. That one is so you can share to your colleague or share to Google Classroom to pass it to your students so they have the assignment for the day. And then an options button with a number of features beneath. Now, down here in this big open space, this is where your lesson plan goes. Free open space to type in your lesson plan and illustrate what your day is going to cover. Now, we have a lot of new features for text editing and organization that we had before. We have some even more new increased enhancements like inserting images. So, science teachers, you can bring your technical diagrams into your lesson or even a video. Shop teachers, if you have a video demonstrating the skill you're about to be showing your students, you can actually embed the video right into your lesson plan. So we don't have to go away on a hyperlink to somewhere else to watch it. It can be embedded right in your lesson plan, as well as normal things like hyperlink and more text editing options. So if we keep going, we have a save button to save our lesson. Now it is being auto-saved, but only periodically. So it will back itself up every so often, but if you want to be sure that the latest version is saved, click save. The standards button is linked to the unit and the curriculum map we attached. So if I go into standards, right here in the first box, I have exactly the standards that have been pre-selected for this unit. And here they are. I can add whichever ones I'm doing today, maybe this one and this one, or maybe just the first one, and click add. If I need other standards, they are here. The full libraries are available, but the curated quick view, if the curriculum map has been flushed out and the standards have already been selected, are right here. and you'll see they show up down here at the bottom of your lesson. Next, we have attach. You can attach files from your computer, like the worksheets the students will be working on that day, or from Google Drive, but the same. We're not going to use this assessments button. It's tied to the gradebook feature that we're not using in Chalk. And then over here, the unit content. So this will bring you to the unit that is selected and all the content that's in the curriculum map for this class. So if I click on it, I'll see student learning objective, core ideas and strategies, skills to work on, instructional strategies, and any of these can be added right to my lesson. I can add the student learning objective for today, big ideas, skills to cover. I go back to my lesson. They're all here, right? My lesson ready to go. That's the unit content button. It's attached to all the material that the curriculum writers wrote into those maps that we spent the time on every summer. All right, so that's all the buttons here, but let's go back to the ones we skipped over. The options button. So we have copy a lesson. If you have the same class meeting or another section of the same class meeting, you can copy this lesson to that class as well with the copy button. You can shift a lesson back or forward a day as you're planning if you need to move it. You can print them out as PDF in case you want to have a handy print copy as a reference that you can also edit, with pen and paper to then come back to. We can share just like before, same as this button. Share to Google Classroom and share to our colleagues. Import the lesson. So if somebody had shared you a lesson that you want to import to the day, you can import. And then we have templates and lesson history. So that's the autosave. Right, so all of those are underneath the options button. Now let's take a look at that share button. Under share, when you first click on it, is share to your colleague. So you can type in anybody's name in the district and pass them this lesson plan. You can also type in some groups, as in like your department or other smaller groups, like the auto teachers. There's also a public live link. So this will be sort of a web address to an uneditable version of your lesson plan. This can be shared to your students or to colleagues or parents. And then Google Classroom. You can post your lessons to Google Classroom with all the normal options that Google Classroom offers, like making an announcement, asking a question, creating an assignment, or creating a material. So that is all the buttons here on the lesson planner. With all of this extra features and functionality at your disposal, I'm sure you'll have lots of ideas on how to up your lesson plans and have more dynamic things here.